Hey guys, listen, I'm an IPTV user, like a lot of you guys out there. I've tried a good number of services and watched a lot of reviews for IPTV services, and I find that a lot of the reviews don't go into too much detail. Well, after trying service after service, the small amount of cash starts to add up. I thought I'd try here to give some detailed reviews and try to answer all your questions before you need to spend your cash. So today here, I'm looking at Commando TV. It's got a couple of APKs. For the usual, it's got the usual starters app, but it also has another APK that looks totally different than this. I'm doing the review right now on a Chromebook. So on the Chromebook, the newer APK doesn't look so well. So I thought I would just concentrate on the actual content, not really the apps and what they look like. So looking at the catch up, the real focus really is the USA Entertainment. It focuses mostly on the major channels like AMC, TNT, USA, ABC, Disney channels, and for the most part, they work. Um, didn't really have much of an issue with that. The only issue when I did have was going down into the USA movies. I find that for the Commando TV, some of the services just aren't what they're saying they are. Like the Action Max, some of the shows didn't work at all. Stars, a lot of the channels are messed up. Some aren't stars at all. The Star Cinema, I'm not even sure what's showing there. Um, HBO was relatively good. Showtime, same thing as Stars. I'd find this Showtime would be showing the same as the other Showtime. A couple of the channels weren't even showing anything. So, that's not really a catch up problem. That's more of just what the streams were showing that day. Other than that, Canada does not really have any catch up. The kids is pretty minimal. Um, Anyways, pretty small amount of stuff. Okay. So on the series, there's 203 series. Most of the series look fine. Um, you're not going to get anything, of course, that's updated daily. But most of the series have all the seasons. I did notice The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. They were only at season 5, so they're missing like at least 3 different seasons. But overall, most of the shows here were pretty good. Like Game of Thrones, it had every season. Um, so overall, pretty good. The quality was good, of course. All the quality on this app, the stream quality is good. There's no buffering. It's more or less the accuracy of what you're watching. Is it the actual channel or not? The on-demand movies, there's a good amount there. 1,600. Anytime I tried a movie, it was working fine. The quality, of course, was always good. Getting into the live TV. Um, so the USA Entertainment, most of the major channels, there was never any issue. The locals, I tried out probably yesterday. I tried out a bunch. NBC, I tried maybe 20 of the channels. They all worked. CBS, they all worked. All the locals pretty much worked. USA movies, that's where I found there was trouble. Like the 5 Star Max didn't always work. The Action Max didn't always work. There was another Action Max. Um, Epix was pretty good. FX was pretty good. HBO Zone had trouble sometimes. Showtime, a lot of repetitious channels. Some channels not working. Stars, the same thing. Repetition. Some channels not working at all. So if you're into watching a lot of movies, it's not always too accurate. Going back out, I tried the USA Sports yesterday. Almost all of those worked. There was never a huge problem with that. Um, you got enough channels here, of course. All the ESPNs were working. All the Fox were working. Um, the NBC were working. Anyways, not a huge issue with that. The USA pay-per-view movies, there's 21. They don't really ever change. They've been like that for quite a while. And all of them work at nice quality. I've noticed that I've tried to play Bumblebee a number of times and it never seems to really start. So overall, most of those work pretty good. The kids channels, I tried that out. They all pretty much work. The Canadian channels, they all pretty much work. Canadian movies, they kind of work, but a lot of the TMN movie channels, they're in SD. They don't really look that good at all. UK entertainment seemed to everything seemed pretty good there. The UK movie networks, they uh, they were pretty decent. I noticed on one channel it keeps showing a TV show from CBS, and every time I go to that channel, it's always just showing the CBS channel. So the 24/7 TV shows. I last night I spent a long time looking at these ones here for 477 channels, and I checked all of them out just to see how much actually worked. And out of the 477, 263 of them worked. So that was about 55% of them worked. Now I don't know if 24/7 is a big thing to you, but yeah, that's when you advertise you've got 477. It's kind of, I don't know, 50% is kind of a joke. Like, I understand that what you're paying about $10 for this with a promo sometimes of $7. It's not bad, but when you're advertising that much, you're not really getting that actually. The 24/7 shows end to Z. I never checked it, but I'm guessing it's kind of the same thing. 24/7 movies. None of those even really worked. Of course, there was only 6 of them there. The 24/7 kids, most of those did work, and all the other language stuff, I never really checked it out. It just takes too much time. So overall, it's pretty good for like replacing everything that you would normally watch on TV, except for the movie channels. I find they were all over the place and some not working, and so the premium stuff not really too great. The event replays, I checked that out last night. Some of them worked, but then when I got near the bottom, they were all mixed up. They said it was showing soccer and it was showing wrestling, basketball was showing tennis. It was kind of all over the place. I don't know if that's important to anybody, but that's not too accurate either. So, I mean, overall, it's a pretty good service, good quality, no buffering. It's just the accuracy isn't really there, and I find if you want to know what you're watching all the time, then then it's not, of course, super spot on. But of course, you are paying only $10 a month. So let me know what you think about the video. I'd like to try to do more so I can give more of a detailed description to everybody. And hit subscribe. Thanks. Bye.